Women in the Bible have been my avocation and my hobby now for about 10 years, and in that time I've come to love them and respect them. They are an essential part of our Christian foundations, and they've been ignored for centuries, thousands of years, and it is my goal to help us just get to know them a little better through this course. Like us, they are imperfect. They make mistakes. They're not nice like so many people think women in the Bible are boring and they're nice and they're tedious. It's not like that at all. They are brave and many of them are fearless and they are confident and they are God's servants. There are wonderful women in the Bible who are very well behaved and do courageous acts, and there are women in the Bible who are very badly behaved, and those are some of the most entertaining ones. And so there's a lot of life and a lot of vitality throughout the ages. By using the New Revised Standard Version, there's about 1.1 million words in the Bible, and about 14,000 of those words were said by women. And some people may think, wow, that's not very many. It makes us angry. And it made me a little angry too. But then I think about pearls, or I think about dark chocolate. Because I love dark chocolate, I think about really valuable things that God has created in this world, and we don't slough them off. We pay more attention to them. So that's what we're going to do here. And we could, if we were to say all the words that women said in the Bible, we would go for a little over 2 hours, which is very small. So let's pay even more attention to their words. It's about 1.2% of the words in the Bible are said by women, and they all have something to say. We have identified 93 women who spoke the Bible, a little less than 100. And everybody wants to know, well, how many men speak in the Bible? And we did a short count. We counted through the book of Genesis. By the end of the book of Genesis, there's about 50 men who speak. So once again, the numbers are small, but that gives us even more reason to treasure those words. And that's really the power of the Christian life, isn't it, too? I mean, all these people in the Bible. King David was the youngest of 8 brothers. You have Gideon, said that he was the least of his tribe. You have all these teenage girls, 14-year-old girls who are called on to do marvelous things in the Bible. Mary, Rebecca, Elizabeth is an older woman. I mean, God works through those who have the least power, and we certainly see it in the Bible when Jesus says, when 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, it's not thousands, it's 2 or 3. The disciples have a faith of a mustard seed. So this is right in line with our tradition. So in this word count that we did for the Bible, women, when we counted all their words, it was extraordinarily surprising as to who said the most. Because if you were to think who said the most, well, you'd think of Mary Magdalene or Mary of Bethany, maybe Jesus' mother. Judith in the book of the Apocrypha, a murderer and a widow and someone who snuck into the enemy camp, said the most, 20% of words in the Bible. After that, it was the woman in the Song of Solomon, wonderfully romantic, evocative woman. Esther, the mother of 7 sons. Hannah, the woman of Tekoa. Huldah, Naomi, Abigail, and Rebecca. Those women said the most in the Bible. We also found 6 very exciting research finds. And the first one is that women in the Bible are extraordinarily bold. They don't shuffle across the pages. They're not necessarily nice people. They are bold, they are confident, they are faithful, they go after what they want, they are stubborn, and they are persistent. Number 2, women in the Bible push against restraints using their God-given gift of free will. God really meant it when he gave us free will, all the way from Eve, going backwards. We see signs of women striding out and making decisions, being articulate, really moving forward. Number 3, our third research finding was that women in the Bible come over the transom as God's surprise agents. They surprise you all over the place. Like in those old hotels, you have the air conditioning vents upstairs. It's women in the Bible come over the top in all kinds of surprising ways. Our fourth research finding was that Bible women suffer horrible loss, especially in the Old Testament, especially in the Hebrew Scriptures, and they are like pawns moved around on a patriarchal chessboard at some points, but they remain extraordinarily bright lights in shining history. Number 5, women in the Bible cover all the stations of power as men do in the Bible, just in fewer numbers. When we look at the picture in a broad scope, women are everywhere doing these wonderful, powerful things. Number 6, women in the Bible were the primary social media of the day. And isn't that true today as well? If you think about women standing around a well, sharing information, teaching each other, singing, that same kind of things goes on today. And when I say social media, you think of Mary Magdalene at the tomb the first morning, that first Sunday, that when she was there to greet Jesus, and the word spread from there. So in closing, what I think of women in the Bible, and I've come to love them dearly over the last 10 years as I've studied them, it's not just women of the Bible that are bold. Think of yourself in their place, and think of yourself in the ongoing story where we too are bold. We too push against restraints. We too are God's agents. We too are bright lights in history and today. We cover the stations of power, and we remain the primary social media of our day.